What's going on, Creased fam? Welcome back for episode 33 of the Creased podcast, the last one of the year 2020. Um, my name is Casita. I'm one of the co-hosts of the show. I'm here with my boy, my partner in crime, Trey Treasy. What's going on, Trey?
What's up, dog? Back again. Yep. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, great good holiday this past couple days. The Elmere is gonna be a little shaky this week, but did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, man, Christmas was great. Got everything I ever asked for, and then more. Still waiting to do Kicksmas. It's a little delayed this year, with COVID and snowstorms, and I'm sure FedEx and UPS and all those other parcel delivery companies are having a field day right now. So it's a little on delay, but it will be on the way very soon.
Yeah, these snowstorms in Houston have been torrent.
Well, I mean, your gift's coming up from New York, so definitely want to make sure. Just want to make sure that everything gets here safe and sound.
Big facts.
Yeah. So let's talk about the inevitable. Let's talk about this L meter. This L meter is it cut deep. It very much did cut deep. Let's start off with the huge major sneakers restock. They restocked about 8 different pairs of Kobe's. Did not get the notification for that. They do not love me at all. There was a Kithmas 992s and some New Balances that dropped on, I believe, Christmas Eve. You have to have exclusive access for those as well. I did not get that. Ronnie, hit my line after the show. Let me know what's going on with that. Then the Sakai's dropped, the Sakai Villain Reds. I was lucky. I got pretty lucky. I did get a pair, but not from sneakers. I got my pair from Undefeated LA, who we will be mentioning a little bit later in this episode. And then after that was, of course, the big Grinches, the ones that we could not miss. Definitely took an L on those as well as everybody else. But shout out to Vanessa Bryant, though. You saw what she's about to do?
Yes, big shout out to her. Definitely gonna working on getting the Kobe's in the right hands of the actual Kobe fans. So that's really cool. Obviously she, some stuff was derailed by everything going on, but the fact that she's even working on it and the fact that even went through her head is amazing in itself for sure.
Absolutely, man. That's a sign of relief for, I would say, most importantly, Kobe fans, but sneaker enthusiasts like ourselves alike as well. Hopefully we'll be able to put our hands in there in that cookie jar and get a little bit.
I mean, there's so much that goes on in her world, I'm sure, especially focusing on the rest of her children and everything. And I just, for this to even cross her mind is just it's a testament to her just wanting to keep Kobe's legacy going. So I think that's a big major deal. But I did, just getting back to the L meter, I did take my L's across the board this week. Everything you mentioned. One thing you didn't mention that I'm going to mention because I wanted them so bad. SB Lows, the Blazers from Metacom, the Bear Bricks, with the faux fur. We talked about those last week. Definitely took a fat L on those the day after Christmas. Woke up hungover and still took my L. So it's just like meant to be.
Yeah. No winners here.
To be honest, this was like a huge week too. Like as far as the Kithmas 992s, I mean, those were so hard. Some of the best ones of the whole year. And yeah, man, those were tough L's for the last big weekend of the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think everybody pushed through this last week and they put out a lot of whatever they could, things they didn't want to shuffle into 2021 with. So it was cool seeing a lot of sneakers just dropping like out of the blue, So but yes, L's all around, minus my friends out there in LA with Undefeated. I'll be showcasing those in a little bit, but let's talk about what we do got. KOTD. Wow, what another L I took. I could not believe that. Y'all telling me that y'all like cool grade 4s more than you like Sean Witherspoon 97s over 1s. Can't believe y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my L on that, and I'll be going first on this KOTD to round it out this week. I'm gonna bust out the hype because obviously that's what y'all like. So I'm gonna bust out the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 lows.
Oh,
Yes, they are worn. I wear these quite a bit. These are one of my favorite shoes in my collection. I put the pink laces in because that's the way you're supposed to do it. Keep a guard in there as well. But I love this shoe so much. Man, I got this shoe all on accident. I got the ones, I got the high ones. I gave those to Trey. And I got these whenever they dropped. And I got these the week that I got the fours. So I got these off of StockX. These came in on Friday. These dropped on Friday. And then I got these off of the raffle. And I just couldn't believe it, bro. So yeah, man, it was a very eventful week for me. I think actually it was the forces. I don't remember how I got these, but I got these too, man. I love these shoes so much. I think these up against the highs, these ones take the cake, in my personal opinion. I like these a little bit more. But this is my kick of the day. It is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG.
all right. Yes, you were out of your mind, and it's a very nice shoe though, and I'm happy you have that in your collection. At least you have the right laces in them.
Oh, dang. So you don't like the lows? What you gonna tell me?
They're pretty cool. So my shoe, the last 2 weeks ago on the L meter, I mentioned I took a fat L on a certain pair. I ended up not taking a fat L, as in Casita's case with the were you just mentioning? Would you just get the skies? You just said you got the skies from Undefeated. So in the same situation, I got from a shop in Cali called Bows and Arrows. Shout out to them. I was able to finally, after a couple weeks of dealing with UPS, get my Stussy Air Force Ones, all black for sure. So we talked about these probably like 4 or 5 episodes ago, and then I mentioned I took my L last week or 2 weeks ago, but I did not actually take my L. So this is the all black for sure. You can see the double hemp stitching as we talked about. You get the Stussy, all the cities on the tongue there. Boom. You get the you get kind of like the kind of looks like
It's a medallion.
I know what the medallion is. The string, there's like string that comes down and it's sewed in like that, and it looks really tight. I really like that a lot. Other than that, you get the on the toe box here, you get the little piece, but it is an all black Air Force One. So it's a very interesting shoe. I already put it on because I was looking forward to these and a little Christmas present for myself. So very happy to get them. Stussy Air Force One, all black. Anybody wants to hook me up with them fossils, let me know. It's good. Oh,
I
yeah,
will be looking.
in a leather inner lining. Let's go.
Yeah, that's nice. I will be looking for the fossils on those. Matter of fact, you can probably steal a pair of fossils wearing those because you'll be into that criminal activity with those all black forces. Uh, me and Trey were joking earlier and just sent him the most expensive outfit to wear with those, including some Amari jeans that retailed at $1,500. So I'm sure Trey will be looking into that and continuing that criminal activity. That's been KOTD. Go ahead and comment down below who you think takes the cake this week. Was it the Travis Scott Air Force One lows or was it the Stussy Air Force Ones?
Oh, I wonder what it's gonna be this week.
Oh man, you already know. I'm pretty sure you got fans, bro. Like they really just hate me out there. I just be putting out heat every week and
Yeah, I'm
they
paying.
just don't care. Uh, but moving on, we're gonna go right into fresh out the box. As we know, Christmas was this past week, and we look forward to nothing more than NBA basketball on Christmas Day. And of course, with that comes exclusive sneakers. Of course, in the past, we've seen the Cubby Grinches and those alike with the LeBrons as well. This week, we just want to highlight a couple of the ones that we saw on court, starting off with Luca and Zion. Luka Doncic, he was wearing Air Jordan 35 PEs in the Dallas Maverick colorway. You can see him real here. You can see him real quick right here. Same goes with Zion Williamson. He's wearing the Bayou Boys PE Air Jordan 530, Air Jordan 35s as well. Following on that, Brooklyn, KD looking really nice out there, and he's still looking great. Welcome back, KD. He had major Woodstock vibes with his KD 13s. I think these actually released a little bit earlier throughout the year. He just hadn't had a chance to wear them. And then LeBron James was dressed in a pair of 18s. Those actually popped up. I thought they were going to be a shock drop because that's usually how they do it on Christmas. Or I was looking for a Grinch restock, as many people was wearing Grinches or Kobe's. The entire Miami Heat roster was wearing Bruce Lee's, which was very strange. But LeBron busted out an all red pair of 18s, and then I think the standout pair of shoes was definitely Montrezl Harrell with the Reebok Question mids, with all the furry stuff on the side there. What was your take on these Christmas Day kicks, Trey?
Yeah, the abominable snowman's definitely garnered all the attention this Christmas. So those were absolutely ridiculous by Montrezl Harrell, as y'all heard AD call him out on. I do think I'm not a big fan of the Bayou Boys, so I'm just going to completely skip over that. But the Dallas Mavericks, I'm not a big fan of the lime green in the royal colorway, but I did like Luca's pair a lot. I thought it meshed well together. It looked decent. Looked like one of the better shoes I've seen as far as the 35 goes. KD, we saw those drop a couple months ago, and they were whatever. They weren't Christmassy at all. They, like you said, they're more of a Woodstock vibe. The LeBrons, super duper hard. Love the all red look on that. A couple other highlights. For me, AD and everybody that wore the Grinch 6 won that day. It was the best shoe of the day. Like, I don't care what anybody else wore, to be honest. But Kyle Kuzma pulled out the Pumas. The Pumas he pulled out, they were like the elf something, and they were just like lined green, and they had like candy cane insides and stuff. And I was like, wow, if you're gonna go Christmas, he went all the way Christmas with it. So we saw Kawhi in the snowmans we talked about a few weeks ago. But yeah, man, for my personal opinion, anybody that wore the Grinch 6 won Christmas this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, those were the premier shoe of the day. So I think a lot of people were satisfied with seeing those on the court. I think LeBron had a great shoe this year. He tried to, resort back to his like the nines, the LeBron 9 Christmases, the LeBron 8 Christmases. So, he resorted back to the all red colorway. So those look kind of fire to me. I've seen a lot of LeBron 18s in person now, and they're starting to grow on me a little bit more. The 17s were awful in my opinion, so the 18s were the best ones up. The 35s, all in all, are still not hitting for me. I've seen a lot of great colorways are coming out for that shoe, including like the Titans. Uh, I think it's the Filipino brand, Titan basketball. Even those ones, they look decent. I just still can't like punch it in for myself for the 35. I think overall, but Montrezl Harrell, man, hey, way to keep it on theme, man.
Jason Tatum had the best 35 of the day because it was red and gold. So it was like the most Christmassy of the 35. So as far as Christmas Day kicks go, he had the best 35. But like you said, there ain't nothing there. And Montrez was wilding.
I think Montrez took the cake, man. I mean, Kyle Kuzma too. If you're talking about like a themed shoe, yeah, I think Montrez and Kuzma really did it. So we'll be looking forward to next Christmas, seeing what goes on with that. What we got up, Trey? What we got up next, Trey, on Fresh Out the Box?
All right. So if you're an avid sneakers app follower, then you've probably seen the Tom Sachs wear tester little block. So click on that, and what you'll find out is that to wear test the Mars Yard 2.5, you can go on there. What you need to do is they're taking 1 minute video submissions on why you should be a wear tester. You have to post it on your Instagram. There's a bunch of hashtags and stuff you have to do to let them know that you are part of the competition. But you do get to completely wear test a pair of the new Mars Yard 2.5. Essentially, it's the original, but it's got the toe cap on it now. So to me, it looks a little bit more durable. It's a little bit more of the whole video, you'll see them, they're working out, they're doing all these crazy things, but now they're really taking it to the max on how they can really make sure this shoe is ready for the entire world, no matter what the situation, right? So dude's on a treadmill and they're like throwing hammers on the treadmill, and he's like running over these hammers just to make sure the shoe is durable enough for any situation. So I think that's really was a really dope video. I give them a ton of credit for it. They shot it in like 80s style, and so it was really dope. Are you putting in a 1 minute submission to wear test?
Oh man. I might actually, you know, take the time out to do a 1 minute monologue and explain to them why I need to be wearing these shoes. Um, aside from that, I'm trying to figure out like how could I beat up these shoes because I'm
Yeah,
very gentle. Just being like a sneaker connoisseur is just like you want to be super gentle with your shoes and you don't want to kill them. But they're advising you to take these to like danger zone and just be violent with them. So I'm trying to figure out ways of like jumping in mud puddles and you know take them to the gym or I don't know what to do in them. But
you got to go outside and do like outside training in them, and like you said, like go hike in the mugs. Like you got to go hike mountains in the mugs to really get what they're looking for. you
yeah,
gotta do some stuff for sure. You can't just be wearing these to school, wearing these to work, sitting at your cubicle desk and just giving them back to them with no creases in them, because they're gonna be like, what the hell did you
well,
do?
wear them.
So I think it's
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the hard part is you have to send them back, and giving up a pair of shoes like that, they don't really guarantee that you will get a fresh pair in, or they don't even guarantee you exclusive access. So, I mean, Nike looks out for their people, but I can only imagine like, you taking it balls to the wall with those shoes and then sending them back, and then that was the end of that.
I would be super duper pissed. I would be so pissed if they don't hook them up with at least exclusive access to buy the shoe that they were wear testing, because essentially you're part of the creation at that point. You're part of the process of actually helping, especially if you're giving your feedback. You're definitely a part of the wear testing. So I'll be looking forward to reading my contract. And knocking that out for sure, because I would love to do that. I've definitely signed up to be a Nike wear tester before, and to know success, but this would be really cool.
Yeah, this would definitely be a highlight of 2021. To be just a part of a team like that, to see how far you can test the durability of a shoe. But here comes the portion of the show that we've both been looking forward to. We are here to recap our top 10 shoes of the year. Me and Trey have been doing this for 33 weeks. Of course, we did not start at the beginning of 2020. So there were some that we never covered on any of our episodes, but all in all, we have been collecting throughout the year. So, Trey, would you like to go first on your top 10 kicks of 2020?
I can't. How you want to do it? You want to do like honorable mentions first, or you want to do? So we're gonna do our top 10. We have 2 honorable mentions each that didn't make our list, but we felt like they deserve some credit. So you want to start with those 2 left off, or do you want to start at like 10 and go down?
10 and go down, and then we can do the honorable mentions.
Do you want to go you, me, or do you want me to just do the whole list?
Yeah, no, get your whole 10 out, and then
All
do
right.
your honorables, and then we can, we can
All right.
delegate after that.
All right. I don't like them going first.
Don't be nervous.
Number 10. You ready? All right. Yeezy 700 Azareth is my number 10. I thought that deserved to be on the list because, Yeezy just floods the market with so many shoes, and this was by far the best shoe. So I thought it deserved a spot on the list for sure, just off namesake alone. But yeah, I definitely threw it on my list at number 10. So the Azareth. Number 9, I will preface my list by saying very dunk heavy, year of the dunk. So very dunk heavy. Number 9 is going to be the Travis Scott SB Dunk Low. Thought that was one of the better dunk lows of the year. But it was not the best. So that's why I put it there.
This man said number 9. Okay, go ahead.
I know y'all thought that was for me, especially, was going to be a top couple, and there's going to be some in here that are absolutely going to shock you. So I love that. Number 8, a recently dropped shoe, the Kobe 6 Grinch. I didn't know we were going to get it this year. I'm very happy we got it this year. Definitely deserve a spot on this list. I think it was another one. We saw tons of Kobe's this year. This was the best, so it had to be on the list for me. That's number 8. Number 7, I'm going to go with the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance 992, the No Emotions Are Emotions. That was All-Star Weekend, so we probably didn't cover that one on this show, but I mean, incredible shoe, one of the best colorways of the entire year, and the second best New Balance. Moving on, that was number 7. Number 6, the first Jordan 4 of the list. So the Jordan 4 Union Guava.
Oh my God.
Because of the hype around that color. There's not many colors this year that you could say the color and people would be like, I know exactly what shoe you're talking about. So that was a huge drop. That was, in my opinion, probably their best drop as far just off of pure excitement and hype over it. So that was number 6. My number 5, and I'm not going to give y'all the entire pack because I would be dirty to do that. So I am going to tell y'all my favorite colorway. But number 5 is the Grateful Dead SB Dunk Low. My favorite colorway of the 3 that came out was the yellow pair. So the yellow pair is my number 5 on my list for best shoe of the year. You can honestly probably switch that out with the green or the orange. So it's no worries there. Number 4, Mr. Bembry. The New Balance Celeb Bembry came out with. That was, it was absolutely incredible. The 2002R, the colorways, the reason behind it. Everything about that shoe was, even the drop was clean and everything. Everything looked fantastic with that. I think he did a really great job and absolutely deserved a spot really high on this list. And so for the y'all list that didn't have him, what are you
doing? Shame.
Just terrible. Number 3. So we're in my top 3 now.
Top 3.
All right. Off-white Jordan 4 sale. So although it did not come in men's colorways, the off-white Jordan 4 sale did extend up to very large women's sizing, enough for our size to be a possibility. But I did not get the opportunity to cop. However, it is definitely a top 3 shoe of the year for me. I think, a lot of people are going to have the 5s really high on this list, and it's completely understandable. But I do think the 4 was my favorite for sure.
Here we go. Top 2.
Here we are. So this is obviously super hard, and everybody knows what 1 and 2 is, right? So for number 2, not number 1, but number 2 is the Air Jordan 1 Dior High. So It was a very nice shoe. I obviously was down for the, what was it, like $1,500 or something, or whatever it was. It was $2,500, something like that.
It was a rack. It was a rack and then some.
Yeah. I was big ready for that. So it was, if it's not the shoe of the year, it is right there. It's one of the coolest things we've seen in a long time as far as a designer like that getting with the culture brand like Jordan. So hats off to everybody that was involved in that. And so that obviously makes my number 1 shoe of the year, the number 1 most hyped, anticipated shoe of the year when it came out, the SB Dunk Low Chunky Dunky. Absolutely crazy. There's not much to say about that. Y'all know the Chunky Dunky was super duper fire. If you don't have it in your top 5, then you probably just didn't like the dunk craze, or you thought it was corny, which I'm sure people did, but it was super hard. So I thought it was the best shoe of the year, no doubt. So that is my top 10. And I can give you my 2 honorable mentions. One shoe I know you got on your list that I was very hesitant to jump onto my list, but I just couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it. Asics, Atmos, Sean Weatherspoon. It wasn't for me, dog. Anything from Sean, Adidas, anything like that is just, I loved the Nike, but man, this just wasn't for me, to be honest with you. Just wasn't for me.
Damn shame.
It looked ridiculous. And other than and then one that I definitely think deserves credit, and I know I love this shoe, but Kevin Bradley's Blazer Low ACXT, the Heaven version, so nasty. It was like one of those SBs, like you'd like to say it slid under the radar. It was just kind of like the Metacom that dropped, the Bear Brick that dropped this past week, but you would hope it slid under the radar, bro. And then those last 2 days right before, and so everybody got on the wave. I do think that deserves credit for the creativity, the look of it, and the fact that it had straps.
That's a hell of a list right there, man.
That's my list, dog. And I know you probably are like, excuse me.
I'm still baffled at number 9, honestly. I'm just
Really?
like, whoa. He said number 9, Travis. I said, wow.
Yeah, bro. Like the what is under the peel off, I did not like at all. So I would leave that. I'd leave mine completely as it was. But other than that, I just didn't think it held up against everything 1 through 8. I just honestly put it up against any of those shoes, and I was like, nah, I would take that other one.
Run your list again. Hold on. I'm just trying to make sure I got this right. 10.
Yeezy Azareth.
Okay. Oh man, that one hurts. Version 3. Okay, and then
adding to your list mid-show.
Huh?
Are you adding to your list mid-show?
No, absolutely not. No. I just want to like put them side by side after all of this is said and done. And then you said Travis Scott, SB Dunk, number 8.
Grinch Kobe 6.
Grinchies, okay.
Joe Fresh Goods 992. Union Guava 4. Yellow Grateful Dead.
Okay.
Celebrimbri 2002R. Sale Off-White 4s.
Okay.
Dior AJ1 High. Chunky Donkey at number 1.
Chunky. Okay.
And then Sean and Kevin Bradley's Heaven Blazer as my honorable mentions.
All right, your whole list is wrong.
Fire.
It's okay.
Fire list, so I ain't even tripping. I know it was right.
All right, let me give you the real list real quick. All right, so
this should be good. A bunch of offlines probably.
Oh man, bunch of offlines, you know what I'm saying?
I guarantee the biohacks are here.
Biohacks are top 3 and not 3.
Oh my god. What is wrong?
Here we go.
Hurry up.
Easy money. All right, number 10, Yeezy Foam Runners. Only because of the splash that it made whenever they were released. They came out during the summertime. It was a great time for them to come out. Very revolutionary shoe, high class croc. It was fire. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Ye. That was your best shoe of the year. Number 9, of course, you already know I put it. Sean Witherspoon Asics Gel Light 3s, multicolors. They were a great shoe, but they weren't the best shoe of the year. Number 8, Union 4s, Black Nior. I love the black pair over the guavas. Anything black. This is why I'm surprised you said guavas instead of the black ones, because you love black shoes, but I love the black ones a little bit more. I think the sail color over the black makes it splash a little bit better, in my opinion. Number 7.
I will say with my list, I took it more into like what I thought the best shoe of the year was, as far as hype goes, as far as how it sold, how it all, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily, the guavas are on my list, but I wasn't necessarily saying like I'd prefer to wear those over the black.
I mean, for this is just personally like me, like these are the ones I wanted, like I was craving these, like these are the ones that I needed. But I mean, showcasing my, like, looking at my list versus like the other lists that I've seen online as well, you know, like they are very similar, but I had to definitely move some things around because, you know, this is exactly what I wanted. Don't do me like that. So just to recap so far, Yeezy Foam Runners 10, Sean Witherspoon Asics collab at number 9. Number 8 is Union 4's Black Noir. Number 7, New Balance 2000R de Salas. I think those were hands down probably the best New Balance collab. There's some other New Balance collabs out there that were great. You mentioned Joe Fresh Goods, the 992s, those were a hit. 992s had a great year. But for me, I don't think anybody's touching Salas right now. These are those ones were hard. Definitely had me, reaching out to New Balance trying to get me that. Number 6, Kobe 5, what if? The what if from Undefeated. Those ones were like, of all the Kobe 5s that were dropping, there was a lot of Kobe's dropping this year.
The multicolor, not the white one, the multicolor.
The multicolors, yes, exactly. The multicolored joints. I think those ones were a game changer. Like, it was a new colorway. It was a new colorway on an old silhouette. So I think that one just really helped like bring life back into an old shoe. So that's why I enjoyed those more.
Yeah,
Uh
those were right outside my honorable mention. Those are hard. Those are all
those ones were really hard to me. And the fact that they came in a pack made me want them a little bit more because like, now you got two pairs and like you can
all
do
the teams
it.
that passed on Kobe too.
Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Then number 5 here, top five, top five, top five. Number 5, Dior Air Jordan 1 low because I enjoy the lows better. Yeah, Dior. Okay, it was cool. Thank you for entering the sneaker realm. You already had your own company before. Then you put your price point at well over $1,000, and then you made it too exclusive. It was already exclusive once, and then you made it double exclusive. Then you put a raffle on top of it. So I mean, okay, but it was a cool shoe nonetheless. I think the colorway was executed in its highest command. That gray was just fuego. It was great. Number 4, and I'm surprised you didn't say these. Strange Love SB Dunks. Strange Loves, I think that's what really like kickstarted this whole SB craze of 2020. Um, they were just a magnificent shoe, to be quite honest. It was a great time. They came out right during Valentine's Day. I think they were hit it straight on theme with that as well. Colorway was great. The texture on the shoe was also fire. Those ones were honestly some of the best ones of the year. Number 3, and I think we both said this for number 3, was the off-white uh sale Jordan 4s. Yes. Those ones were better, even though they did drop the 5s, and I had a pair of 5s. I think the 4s were the best. As you mentioned, they did extend out the range to make to make it almost comparable to men's sizes. Still very hard shoe to get, and we love our Air Jordan 4, so I couldn't leave those out. Jordan 4 horde to the death of me. 1 and 2. Come on. So already knocked out the Dior's. I put Dior's at 5, so it only leaves 2 shoes for 1 and 2. Number 2, Travis Scott SB Dunks. They're hard. Come on. They're hard.
Gosh.
They're super hard. You couldn't ask for a better pair of shoes.
Bro.
You couldn't. Honestly, you really couldn't. Those ones were probably the best.
You could definitely ask for a better one if there's 2.
No.
Also,
Rope laces, bandana theme, tearaway, leather tongue, gump. Get out of here, Trey. Get out. All right. Number 1, of course.
For this man. Pray for this man.
Number 1, of course, and you and I both agreed with this, was by far the Chunky Dunk. Yeah, it had to be number 1. I think the Chunky Dunk is responsible for new sneakers accounts. I believe it's responsible for the new craze on sneakers. Honestly, when people realize that their favorite ice cream company is paired up with the top athletic brand in the world on a pair of shoes, I think a lot of people just started thinking, I need to get into sneakers as well. The shoe itself it hit theme properly 100%. It just textures from the cowhide all the way to the melting ice cream swoosh. Everything about it, the special edition box, if you were able to get that, was the ice cream bucket. It just, all in all, just from thought process to end product, it was a complete package. And tops off to Nike and Ben and Jerry's for that.
Yeah, and
Say it again.
That's one of those shoes. Like every couple of months or so, our families both know that we're big into sneakers. We have podcasts and stuff. So every few months, there'll be a shoe that drops, and a bunch of family will hit me up like, "Did you see these? Did you see these?" Because they'll just be so outlandish or something. That's what this was.
That's exactly what that was. Yeah, people were hitting me up like, "Can you get me a pair?" And I'm like, "If I get myself a pair."
Right.
Yeah, if I could get myself a pair, I would, but I can't even do that. So, I was like, if you have $1,500, I'll get you anything you want. So, But yeah, that's definitely those. Now, from honorable mentions, I know we were supposed to have 2, but I have like 6 of them joints, bro. It was so hard to narrow this thing down. Um, but I will give you 2. No, I'm gonna give you no.
Give two shoes, two
I'm
shoes.
gonna pick 2 of them, but I'm gonna say all of them. The 2 that I'm gonna pick are the 2 that I'm going to pick on for the record are going to be the Grateful Dead's. The yellow pair, those were my favorites. Actually, the orange pair were my favorites, but they were harder to come by. But the yellow pair were also great. And I think I'm gonna have to say like the Space Hippies. The Space Hippie 3s, just like the idea of using recycled material in the shoes, and it has carried over for Nike's brand through the rest of the year since they started it, and they've done it on every pair of shoes that they've ever come out with. So
I'm
the
shocked that that wasn't.
sustainability, the eco-friendliness of the entire shoe was great, and then making new silhouettes out of it was also fire to me. So those were my top 2 honorable mentions. Just you cannot neglect the fact of the Mocha ones. The Mocha ones were, come on, man, it was probably one of the best Jordan ones of the year.
Definitely Travis Scott.
Um, And of course, you know, you have the Stussies. Stussy had a phenomenal year. Major collab. They did the Spiridian. Yeah, they did Spiridian cages. Eric Emanuel, man, how do you forget somebody like that? Club C also had a great year. Another New Balance collab was the Abin Le Mandor, the 4440, the 440s. Those ones were hard too. Off White 5 blacks. Those were All Star Game weekend.
I mean, we didn't mention any of the dunks that came out. I mean, any of the non-SB dunks. Every colorway came out of the non-SB dunks. So,
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you had the St. John's, there were the casinas. You know, those ones were super hard. Turbo green joints, like, you know,
Michigan State. I mean,
yeah,
Atlas. I mean, there was so much this year. It was a great year, and
it was such a fun year.
I think both of our lists were pretty good. I cannot believe you didn't have Grateful Dead in the top 10, but
Yeah, I mean, once the Grateful started coming out, that's when I was like, okay, the SBs are they're doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay,
doing a lot with Travis. They were doing a lot with the Strange Loves.
bro, hold on. Travis was like beginning of the year.
Right. And that no, the shoe was doing a lot.
No, okay, if you want to put it in that sense, no, by the time that the Gratefuls were like announced and they were like, hey, you know, we got this,
like the whole hype behind it, and
the
like
hype behind the SBs were just like through the roof. You know, it was like it was already past Chunky Dunk stage where, you know, the Chunkies were like the highlight premiere of the entire year. And after that, it just got out of control. They're like, all right, we have a rumored 5-pack, but a definite 3-pack. And then
and that has a lot to do with it, is the fact that it was 3 pairs, and you know, it was the fact that you can get some pairs here, some pairs there. I mean, nobody, you know, 90% of the people that were going for these don't even know who Grateful Dead is or anything like that. So, I mean, there was a lot of that going on. So I understand that, but the Travis and the Strangelove and everything that led up to those are why that was why it was. You know what I'm saying? There was, just because the Travis wasn't as big then, it was just because it was gradually snowballing into what it became with the Grateful Deads when they dropped a 5-pack of furry shoes. So I hear you, but as man, that's tough to leave those out, and to have Travis at 2 is ridiculous. So
Travis at 9 is ridiculous. I would have understood 5 and below, but you know,
2.
This man had it at 9. 2. Quote me, guys. 9. Travis Scott SB Dunks at 9 for the year. For the year.
10 probably.
Wow. Damn, Trey. Ooh, man. All right. That wraps up our
Purple Skunks too. Purple Skunks.
Oh yeah, the 420 Purple Skunks.
Hard.
There were only 420 pairs, so
hard.
Yeah, definitely hard. Definitely hard.
I'm done.
Yeah. So that wraps up our 2020 top 10 kick list. Who do you think had a better list, me or Trey? Go ahead and let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Go ahead and give us your top 10, your top 5, or your top 3. We'd love to compare with y'all and see what y'all come up with. There's a whole lot of sneaker that went on in 2020 despite having a whole pandemic. You know, so we'd love to hear from you. But carrying on, we have a whole new year to look forward to. New Year's is on Friday. So it was 2021 upon us. We do have some confirmed sneakers already ready to drop. Trey, do you have anything that you have your mindset on? You know, January is your birthday month, and you know
Woo! Yes,
we
sir.
got some heat coming out. So
Yep. So we got a few things coming out. I think on my actual birthday, the Street Hawkers are scheduled to drop right now. That's not necessarily a shoe that I would like love or anything like that, but it's gonna have some meaning now that it's on my birthday and it's still a SB Dunk Low and it's not ugly. It's just got a lot going on, which is not something I usually go for. Um, but the Taupe Haze, that's not really something I'd go for either. That's got a little bit too much going on. Interesting color though. I think the one thing I'm probably looking forward to the most is I love the cool gray anything. Cool gray anything is just so neutral, so great. So those threes, definitely looking forward to those. Um, and then we've already started looking into some of these dunks that are dropping, the UNLV dunk lows in this mug. So
mhm.
yeah, I will be for sure ready for those come 2021, which is here.
Yep, definitely already here. We'll be celebrating that later, and later in a couple of days. Yeah, Street Hawkers. I think those are going to be the nice jump out shoe to start off the whole entire year to kickstart it off. Other SBs that I'm looking forward to: the return of the Supreme SB Dunks. This time in the low variation. We've seen some early pairs already coming out, but that black pair and that blue pair is going to have to come home. Cool gray threes, like you said, that definitely has that one's like that shoe that like helps people get into sneakers a little bit more. And then the variation of the Columbia Air Jordan 11, they're doing it this time in the low top, so that's definitely something to look forward to as well. um, and that actually wraps up fresh out the box for 2020. Next up, we have order confirmed. These are shoes that have already come out this week. Trey, go ahead, start us off. What we got up first?
All right, my man. Out the gate for order confirmed, everything that's already dropped. So on the 29th for $180 on the undefeated.com website it was the Undefeated Air Max 97. Two different colorways. We had a militia green and a black Volt colorway. Obviously, militia green it's like an army type of green. It's definitely better than the black and volt one. The black and volt one it's just the volt pops so much on the black, and I know that's what they're going for, but not necessarily something I would like. So are you interested in the Undefeated Air Max 97?
Yeah, I would definitely take the militia greens. The black and volts are not that bad in my opinion. I would be happy with either pair. They did recently release a two-pack drop on the 27th. It included some other fun little like knickknacks that come in the box as well, like a undefeated logo, a U-Man figurine. But nonetheless, if I with the option to choose between the two, I wanted the militia greens. Those would have been better.
Yeah.
Those dropped on the 29th of
I will
December.
say I will love their placement on the 97, right? This isn't their first one. So I love the placement of the branding along the outside of the 97 where they have it. It just looks super duper clean the way it goes around. So that's one thing I'll always say about Undefeated. They definitely blew that out of the ballpark. So shout out to them on that.
Definitely. That was the 29th for $180 on Undefeated. If you have a pair, go ahead and send a size 12 my way. Next up, sneakers and stuff. They have the Adidas Superstar 80s. This is a collaboration they did with Adidas. This version is labeled the Kinebi or Kinebi. It's Japanese influenced. These released on the 28th for $130 via the Sneakers and Stuff or SNS app via their raffle. The shoe features detachable roses that you can put on the three stripes, as well as some special branding on the heels. I think the upper is made out of a canvas, but all in all, it does look like a regular Superstar, just an all white with the black stripes. Uh, how'd you feel about these ones?
Yeah, no, these are not good. It's got the rubber toe on it, but it's like wool throughout the entire upper is like the wool texture. And so I see it like getting snagged on something and then in no time it's just frailing. So that's kind of what I see that texture doing. No doubt that's what's going to happen. Um, Other than that, I wish the patch was a little bit smaller. The patch looks way big for the side of the shoe, kind of hangs off no matter how you put it on there. So wish the patch was smaller, and I wish they didn't use like that wool, like cotton upper looking texture. It looks like it's gonna fall apart. Like I'll put a hole in it pretty quick.
Nah, I love that soft type of material. It looks really good. I bet it feels great on foot.
Yeah.
The patch was definitely fire. I'm pretty sure Sean had something to do with that, coming from Asics going to Adidas. I'm sure he influenced that a little bit. I wouldn't be too shocked if he didn't. But those released on the 28th for $130. Again, size 12. So gifts and donations. Go ahead and close this out on order confirmed, Trey.
Yeah, no, those suck. We don't want those. I do
those.
want these though. The LeBron 8 Lakers colorway. So the guy has to put the Lakers colorway on every shoe he's ever come out with now. So here we are at the LeBron 8, purple and yellow. It's got the purple. It's like hard suede throughout the upper. Very cool shoe. Came out on the 30th for $200. On Sneakers app. Super dope shoe. I would love to hoop in these, although those shoes are a bit heavy when it comes to hooping for long periods. However, I'm kind of digging some of the Lakers colorways on the LeBron models. It definitely doesn't look bad. Do you think this one hit?
This one hits. The 8 is my second favorite LeBron model in his whole lineage.
I think a lot of people
and that's right behind the 7s. And I think the media days were a little bit better in these
Yes.
Laker colorways. Not to say that these 8s look bad, but they don't look bad at all. I would definitely wear these just off court. But they were great shoe, $200. Sneakers app today. If you have a pair, send them my way. We'd like to keep the gifts and donation energy alive here, guys. And we'll be carrying that all 2021 as well. So that's been order confirmed, and your order has officially been confirmed. We're going to close it out on tracking order today. Trey, go ahead and bring us in.
All right, my man. So tracking order, everything is going to be coming out this next week. First off, we're going to start with Adidas. They have a made in China pack. So two of their signature athletes, Derrick Rose on his 11th model and the Donovan Mitchell on his Don issued second model. These are both going to be primarily black shoes with purple, red, orange, gold detailing throughout each of them. The Donovan has that crazy Charlie Brown looking stripe along the side of it. That is gold for this one, which is about the main highlight among the black upper on his shoe. Both of the midsoles and inner lining are where you get the circles and squares and all the crazy detailing. So I think it's a pretty interesting pack. I will say, colorway wise, I get major BHM vibes from this pack. I don't really get made in China vibes from this pack. I don't really know where that comes from, but looking at these off the bat, I wouldn't have guessed this was a made in China pack. So these are coming out on the 1st for $200 each. Yikes. Would you wear either of these?
Surprisingly enough, I would actually wear those D Roses.
Okay.
Those D Roses look kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. There are some. I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
But that symbol on the back of the D Rose shoe, it's like a circle with a square in it, and I'm pretty sure that is Chinese currency. If I could be wrong, somebody will have to correct me in these comments. But I do see some of the Chinese influence, and I believe it is within the patterns of the multicolor along the lines. So, and I'm pretty sure they probably have like sock liners. We just haven't seen them. So, but yeah, no, I think this is not the hardest hitting China pack to come out. Honestly, the Street Hawkers are going to be a little bit better because they actually have the Chinese influence. But
They're all right.
yeah, no, these two pairs I'm probably not going to take either one. But if I had to choose one, to be the D Roses because the D Roses do look hard. $200, Adidas website on the 1st. Look out for those. Next up, we have the Nike Overbreak College Gray. We did speak about a pair of Overbreaks earlier in the year. Those were the Baroque Brown or the Barraquay Brown. This shoe is a Daybreak, which has the ISPA inspired technology. Kind of has like the moon crater, kind of futuristic kind of outsole. Surprisingly enough, this shoe is actually mostly beige and it only has a gray outsole. These released These are releasing on the 8th for $140 via the sneakers app. Trey, what's your take on these?
I should have opened up tracking order by saying that there's not much happening this week. This is not a great week. We got hit with a bunch of heat this past week or so. So this one's gonna be a little light before we get into a lot of stuff in mid-January, early January. So as far as the overbreak goes, I still dislike the sole on it very much. I'm not feeling the crater look at all. It goes right along with, like, you were talking about the space hippie earlier, and this is just, this is one of those ones for me that just kind of evolved from what they made out of that. And whether it's the recyclable or the ISPA and it's NASA related or whatever, and it's just like another creation from that lineage for me. This particular colorway much better, way better than the Baroque brown with the purple swoosh on it. I did not like that at all. This is at least wearable. And it's the all beige tan is I'm not mad at that, but I'm not paying $140 on the 8th either.
I will be doing that. Go ahead and enter for me, Trey. I will pay you. This is a very it looks like a comfortable pair of shoes to wear. It's very easy to wear, very like lounge worthy. Take it from here to there. I think they're easy on the eyes, minus the whole outsole looking like, a pig's brain. But I think they look very comfortable. I'm actually going to try to aim in a new direction for 2021. So I think this will probably be one of those shoes that I aim for, something that stands out a little bit more, and something not everybody wants. So I'll be definitely looking out for those on the 8th on the sneakers app for $140. Last but not least, close it out on the shoe that has been taking over the sneaker craze all in all, is the Air Jordan 1, this time in a Volt and gold colorway. It'd be a black toe with yellow accents, yellow heel counter. These drop on the 9th for $170 on the sneakers app. Trey, take us home. What we got on this?
You already know. Like, come on, dog. This is a top couple worst colorway of all time for me as far as the Jordan 1 goes. This is very bad. This is Volt, white, black, and gold is not anywhere near a colorway that should have ever been put together on one pair of shoes. I don't even see where they like made a connection as far as putting those together. The Volt is obviously what throws it. I mean, even if you take the gold off and leave the Volt or vice versa, but man, not tight at all. I would rather wear the biohacks.
Oh, biohacks.
And them shits are horrendous. Look at that. Look at how that looks. And then
it's so hard.
That I would wear that over this.
That's terrible. That's actually really bad.
I know, it's terrible. I know.
I actually mess with these Volt Golds. The only thing that I don't mess of, I bet you do. Yeah. The only thing I don't mess about it is the strap where the outlet goes. Like, this little wing part. This is the wing part on that one looks like that hard plastic from the Racer Blues. And I don't mess with that. I don't really like that at all. So that's my only takeaway from them. Aside from that, I think yellow on an Air Jordan 1 is not a bad thing because they did the yellow Orche. Remember on the 4 King spec, the ones that came out with the blue moons and I think the yellow ones were one of my favorite ones aside like from the clay greens and the blue moons. So that's why I'm not saying to take away too much from the yellow. I think the yellow is actually kind of nice. And it's a black toe. It's a black toe at the end of the day. So a black toe Jordan 1 high, you honestly cannot go wrong with that. Can we just wear some jeans and put them over it?
You better pull them jeans down over the Volt part.
No, I want that to show actually. Those things are gonna go hard. And they would look even better in a low top version. Man, Jordan Brand, JB, sign your kid, man. I got ideas. Those are gonna release.
He just lost it all.
Absolutely not. Look, man, if they can come out with this, If they can come out with this, I'm game. Like I'm in there, boy.
They come out with that, they can literally put out anything.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. Um January 9th, $170 sneakers app. Look out for those Volt Gold Air Jordan 1 highs. And that concludes tracking order. And that's going to wrap up episode 33 of the Creased podcast. This is the last one for 2020. Next time we'll see y'all, it'll be 2021. It's been a fun year with you, Trey. I'm glad that we got to start this thing during a pandemic nonetheless, but you know, it was a chance that we took, and I'm happy that I took it with you, my man. Anything else you got for the people, my man?
No, I was just gonna say the same thing. It's been a fun year, and I mean, I've been looking forward to shooting this every time we shoot it, and it's been a great time taking my L's on kicks of the day and sharing my L's on my L meter every week. So I do appreciate it, and it's been a great time. Thanks everybody for watching and following everybody that's posted on your story or anything like that. We really appreciate you, big time, big time.
Absolutely. And like always, if you've made it to this portion of the video, that means that we love you. We appreciate you. That means we could not do this without you. You don't understand how the appreciation runs so deep between the both of us. Yeah, man, we are looking forward to 2021. Can't wait to see what shoes that we can talk about. Hopefully, we'll have some more mail calls for y'all. If not, you know, we'd love to, you know, bring somebody in on an episode. You know, hopefully we can find some studios. Hopefully, first the world opens back up outside, and you know, we'll be able to, you know, flourish our earnings with everybody. So until then, man.
My New Year's resolution is only dubs next year.
My New Year's resolution is other avenues to get dubs instead of figures. Maybe get 8 monitors and then, you know, try to work on that. But like always, guys, ain't no half stepping around here. We will catch y'all for episode 34 in 2021. Until then, peace.